Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius, February 12, 2022. Now is not the time to prove to people that you are the boss. They would surely tighten up and move to the defensive side of the tracks. You are much better off taking a sensitive and nurturing approach on a day like today. Focus your fire internally and use it to drive your own engine. The key is not run over anyone else in the process, nor do you want to try to run their engine for them. If there is an emotional issue that's bringing you down, make sure you find healthy ways to resolve the situation. Overeating or drinking will not solve the problem. This will only mask your difficulties and make them much harder to deal with in the future. It's time to pull yourself out of the rut and add a fresh new breath of life to the situation. You have a great deal of love to share with the world. You may be inclined to stay in bed today with a cup of tea and the latest bestseller. Who wouldn't want to spend the day this way? Alas, this just is not going to happen. The planets are practically pulling the covers off of you and pushing you out of bed. There's work to be done. And, more important, there are people you need to be with right now. Put a cover on that teapot and a bookmark in the book. Both can wait for another day. Don't take yourself too seriously today. If you do, you will only be made the fool and everyone laughs at a joke that you have taken offense to. Remember that it is important to be able to laugh at yourself even in the most serious situations. For the most part, things are only serious because you make them so. Your perception of the situation is everything, so make sure you check your attitude today before you go spreading it out to others. Destabilized by the bad mercurial influx, you will be nervous and irritable. Your relationship with your family may be disrupted. Try to dominate yourself, and especially to be tolerant, even easygoing. You will have the opportunity to widen the circle of your friendships. In doing so, you will find support to realize your original ideas or undertake a joint project. Above all, you will be able to meet a person who will become a close friend and who will support you unconditionally. It will be a valuable asset for you. Nothing is exactly what it seems today, but that doesn't mean you have to fly blindly. Just as long as you remember to poke beneath the surface, you should be able to figure out what to do next. Do not neglect the gastronomic pleasures. Wisdom is at the bottom of the pot. You wake up feeling bubbly and upbeat. Unfortunately, your friends and family members have not been granted similar moods. Everyone seems to go through the day acting in need of a strong cup of coffee. Your perkiness only annoys them. It would be best to steer clear of the whole gang. You have enough energy to keep yourself company today. This day often brings the opportunity for learning with it. You may find that you are seriously considering some formal education on this day. If this is what you need to get closer to achieving your goals and dreams, then waste no time in making it happen. With a path as great as yours, knowledge is essential. You often need to dedicate yourself to learning before you can make the strides and achievements you desire. A day when intense talking may finally win someone over. You are not known for backing down, but more for your subtle strategies of getting your own way. Your penetrating insight into other people's motives and personalities helps you to drive home the kind of deal you want. If you are wishing to make headway in a certain relationship, then you may need to be even more subtle in order to really make an impression. There is every reason to move into the final week of your birthday month with confidence, and part of that is thanks to a friendly aspect to the moon yesterday ahead of its departure from a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart today. Because they can clash as a full moon next week, as well as a boost in confidence, this has given you a chance to look to the future through your heart's perspective, looking at what you want from the coming year and not just at what it wants from you. The moon's departure from your romantic sector today is likely to leave you with a new sense of confidence. The romantically charged lunar vibes of the last few days may have been no different than those that come around every 4 weeks, but they happen to coincide with the start of a new period of planetary activity on the romantic front that is here to stay. Your tarot reading for today. The Devil, the World, and the Hierophant. An unexpected visitor to your home before the end of February. A caring person whose intentions are not well defined. They may offer you something, but you should look at it as a symbol. The emotional impact of this visit is not clear in the cards, but there are possibilities. This visit will not be an accident, but the fate of two people who find themselves in the same place at the same time, for a special reason. Do not believe that life is chance. It is written, and you need to know how to read the signs that it sends us. The consequences of this visit will be many, but we don't know much more than that at the moment. In any case, you have to be ready. It's an opportunity that you mustn't miss. It could be a man and his intentions might be more complex than the pretext that he will give you for his visit. Learn to read between the lines and understand what can hide behind an event that may seem simple at first glance. Behind everything, there are other things. Some people see these other things, some do not. This draw shows you that you will have the opportunity to live a moment like this. We have to know how to understand what is behind it. This is really good news in your life. If the visit does not take place before the end of February, it is because this person has an external impediment, which has no connection with you. In this case, he should appear to you in the following weeks. For the next 4 weeks, our empathy will increase. We can use this empathy in our humanitarian efforts to strengthen our impact. 1 down, 2 more to go. If there have been some technological issues, know they'll soon be resolved and communication will become smoother. In astrology, asteroid series represents the natural world, ruling over food, transitions, and family relationships. This is a time to nourish new beginnings and act on raw impulses. This is a good time to trust your gut. This energy is erratic and intense. It could be hard for you to assert your energy and will throughout the day because you feel exhausted and drained. Since energy will be depleted, you could be unable to fully fight for what you want to attain. Watch out for temper tantrums that bring feelings to light. Don't give in to the desire to stir up drama just because you aren't in a good mood. As the only sign with a weapon, the archer can act out defensively and it aspects warrior planet Mars. Knowing when to step away from a bad situation can help you avoid aggressive confrontations. It would be best if everyone stayed in their own lane and avoided arguments if possible. Instead of blowing up at someone who has frustrated you, consider simply walking away. You don't have to participate as long as you're aware that winning and having the last word aren't important.